Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to another episode of That's Dope. My name is Gazo. We got Dave, and I have a very special guest who I've been wanting to have on for a long time. And now is the perfect time. We have Tony Waldman. He, a man of many talents. It's really cool, honestly. Like the way I first met you a long time ago was like trying to work with like the One Piece Facebook group that you have. Now is to 2 million people, right?
We have 2.2 million members.
Wow.
Yes, we are the
That's impressive.
biggest. Go ahead.
Also, I got to bring up the orchestra that you orchestrated back at New York Comic Con 2019. Actually, one of my favorite orchestra moments I've ever been to. Still, I have most of the videos on my phone because I like just perusing it. Honestly, seeing you like come out with the drums too at the end, I thought that was amazing. And then even recently you helped me get to the orchestra that was here in LA, and you've been just like a good friend. You've helped promote the yacht party that we just did. And also you're instrumental to the One Piece fandom. So this is a One Piece episode, y'all. I'm excited.
Finally, we need more One Piece episodes. Only
saying,
One Piece.
I'm saying.
Is this going to become the new One Piece podcast? Are we going to?
No. We got to stay in our lane.
No, they're cool. They're cool.
No, they're cool.
But I do want to say, at least I want a different flavor. At least, like, don't get me wrong, I like them a lot. Like, I think the One Piece podcast. Actually, I need to have them on the podcast soon.
You should absolutely, and you should have Greg.
Yes. Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit him up. Him up soon.
Definitely have.
I want some more One Piece episodes, honestly, because, gosh darn it, I love this show so much. I was just watching the new anime opening. The Peak, beautiful. I just saw some news that Jamie Lee Curtis is down to be Kureha for season 2. Yeah. She actually posted it on her pages.
She's been talking about it for a long time, but yes, today, like ironically, she made that big post. I made a post about it, and very excited. Just can't wait for this strike to end, and so we can move forward.
Why is it so hard for people to pay just pay the people who are making the things happen?
Right.
And everyone's winning. I don't understand.
I know. I mean, these strikes happen. I think how long it's been going on since. How long has this been going on? Because I remember the longest strike was like in 2000, and it lasted for about 6 months. Wow. So the strike's going to end because strikes come and go like everything else in life.
In case you're wondering, it was since July 14th. That's,
wow.
Okay,
that's a bit. Thanks for looking that up. Wow,
it's been a bit, but great. I'm just waiting for this to end, and
Yeah, like there's a lot of like excitement that people are like really holding back, and it's such a bummer that this is such a harder situation to fathom. I don't understand like why CEOs like are so we don't want to pay our people. I'm hoping there's something more deep to it, but at the same time I don't really get even just thinking like what Robert Iger said, about just like outlasting the workers until like they need to get their bills paid, and it's just like why do that? Anyways,
well, hopeful for brighter days.
Yes, absolutely.
Right, Hollywood.
I'm excited for that. So
brighter days means more One Piece.
Exactly. Turn up.
One good thing.
I have to.
There we go.
I know it's 2:00 where you are, but it's 5:00 here. So here we go.
There we go. Hey,
in my little One Piece cup right here.
There we go. I like it.
High noon.
Very good. Very good.
Kiwi flavored high noon.
I'm gonna. I need to try that. Like that, you got me thirsting for that now. So I did want you to first, I guess, tell us about yourself. Like I know there's a lot of things I do know about you, and I don't know about you. You do voice acting. You're a teacher. You run this page. Big One Piece fan. Musician.
Yes.
Lay it on us.
Well, I guess the whole One Piece thing started when I moved to Japan in 2005. So at the time...
What brought you to Japan?
Good question.
Especially in the early days too. Huh?
Yeah. So growing up, I guess as like when I was around maybe 12 or 13, I got into Japanese RPG video games. Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger, Xenogears. And I really got into not only the games, but the music. And so I had kind of this a little dream going on where I wanted to write video game music. And I actually wanted to study with video game music composers in Japan, specifically Nobuo Uematsu. So
the legend.
Yeah. So I got to meet him, which was amazing. And
wow.
I wrote a letter to him and I wanted to study with him. I almost got this fellowship where you could study abroad and do like a kind of a random project. And mine was called like video game music culture, like Mario's Legacy or something like that. And I didn't get the fellowship.
Damn.
So my other alternative was to teach in Japan, because that's like one of the easiest ways to like just move to Japan as a foreigner is to just teach English. So, and in my freshman year of college, I heard about something called the JET program. It's the Japan Exchange and Teaching Program. And as soon as I heard about that program, I was like, wow, I just got to go to Japan, like so many people who get into anime or video games or Japanese culture. But
honestly, I thought about myself too.
Right. Yeah. I mean, well, you've been to Japan, right? But you guys have never lived there. Right.
Yeah. I mean, before I traveled there, I was like, maybe this is how I go around the world too, actually like teaching. But I guess I was like nervous about that too. So, but you did that.
Yeah. And that's it's just the easiest way to get over there and to live, to live and work there.
How long were you there for?
I was there for 4 years. And
dang, okay.
Right. I thought I was going to just do like 1 year. But when the contract was coming up to like renew it, I was like, I could do another year here, and then I started studying more Japanese and like becoming more involved in the community. And, I was just one of those people that just fell in love with Japan, and I just had to stay. And
how old were you when you started in the JET program though?
I was, I went right out of college. Like I said, when I was a freshman in college, I heard about the JET program and I said, all I know is I'm going to Japan like immediately after I graduate. So I was 22 and I left when I was 26.
That's pretty cool.
So growing up, it's very ironic that like I'm so involved in the One Piece community and I run a One Piece group because growing up, I wasn't into anime.
Really?
Yeah, like my friends were into Dragon Ball Z. I still haven't really seen Dragon Ball Z. So
honestly, at this point, I'm like, it's too late. Like,
it's too late. It's too late for me.
I would like if you have. Well, there's so many shows I would tell you to go watch more than Dragon Ball Z if you haven't seen it. But
is
as
it
like
too late to start
veteran,
One Piece?
No, One Piece. There's always time for One Piece. But Dragon Ball is really cool. Dragon Ball Z. I feel like you missed a train, to be honest.
It's funny with these long-running shonens, because they're weekly. You'd think they'd be more accessible because they're weekly. You should be able to jump in at any time, Yeah,
that's I know. Well said, actually.
Yeah, so like I feel like One Piece is like the only series that makes use of that format. Because like One Piece is the bar to like getting into One Piece is super low. Like you could jump into like chapter whatever and like kind of get it. And
would you tell someone to? Really, is that possible?
Yeah, I think you could jump in and you shouldn't do it, but you could jump into Marineford and have a good read, like dry. Because I know enough people who did that. Were just reading the magazine, like getting Ace's death spoiled. Just because they opened up a magazine, they didn't care, but they were like, "Oh, this is actually kind of cool." So then they went back and read it so they could get the context.
Okay, because I never knew if someone could like start just in a current time and then just be like, oh, I guess I'll start over or whatever. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think, Tony?
That's interesting that you mentioned that, just like jumping into it, because, how I was introduced to One Piece. So like I said, I didn't really grow up reading or watching manga or anime. And when I was in Japan, I made a friend, Ta, and he was like, you got to check out this show, One Piece. So he showed me. It was like the part in I guess it was the Water 7 train where Sanji's fighting the Ramen Kempo guy.
Oh yeah.
So this is the first thing I've ever seen in One Piece. So like, you know, he's like got ramen flying out of his nose and he's doing all this weird shit. It was amazing. Awesome. I was like, what the hell is this? So that was my first
that's a make or break episode. I literally thought, like, as I saw that, I was like, this is so weird, but because I'm in One Piece, I like it. But
so I was just thrown into that world, and but because I like weird stuff and I like bizarre things, I was sort of like, I need to see more of this. Wow. So yeah, and you know, like, even though I wasn't into anime, I don't know, I just had this experience with One Piece and Water 7 and ramen flying out of a guy's fucking nose, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I should start One Piece, and I can use it as a way to learn Japanese. Obviously, it's not like the best way to learn Japanese because they're not, you know, speaking like colloquially
polite,
or like you know, like a Japanese person would speak in like a in like a J drama or something like that, you know. But I still started it, and I remember like the early days of watching One Piece in Japan. I would like the Japanese I didn't understand. I would just write it down. So I have like notebooks of like all this Japanese from One Piece with like the English translations, and I'm like studying it. So I really used One Piece as a tool early on to study Japanese. So yeah, I that was
cool.
Fun. Yeah, but I guess the kicker for like really getting me into One Piece was the fact that my name is Tony. And I know you know where this is going.
Yes.
So like, I don't. I have no idea.
No, you have no idea, right? So like, you know, I had that experience with my friends showing me that Ramen Kempo. And then, you know, I'm a teacher at schools and they're calling me, you know, I went by the name Tony. Tony Sensei, they would call me. Just call me Tony Sensei. And then, you know, like at the time, like I guess Tony Chopper was in the story and getting popular. So they started calling me Tony Chopper Sensei. Tony Chopper Sensei. And I was like, who the hell is that? So I asked my friend, you know, my friend Ta, and he's like, oh yeah, he's in One Piece. And I'm like, oh my God. And he's a Dr. Reindeer. So, you know, it's like,
wow.
One Piece is like, on the surface, it's so nonsensical and so bizarre and so weird. But at the core, it's like so... Once you get to know it and experience it, it's so deep and poignant and emotional. And
yep. I keep coming back to it. Like it sort of bumps me out when people sort of think like you're insane for watching One Piece. Like you have Stockholm syndrome. And I'm just like, you're missing out. Like I don't go to bat for this for like any other long running shonen. I think like yes. You know, honestly, like if you give me the chance, I'll actively shit talk Fairy Tail and Bleach.
I still haven't seen those either.
Don't do it. Like I mean, like Bleach is cool.
Which is cool.
I would say don't do it. Yeah, it's cool. Like the music's cool. The characters are cool. They look cool. I wouldn't say they are necessarily cool. They're sort of one note in my opinion. Don't do it. Fairy Tail is worse. Okay. But you know, like I don't want to shit on what people love. You know, but One Piece. You know, it just hits so hard, and I'm just like, I wish people would sort of get that from like our like how we explain it. Although it's hilarious, like the things that brought you into One Piece were more of those funny things too.
Right.
Okay, so like a little in defense of the people who don't want to listen to us about One Piece. Right. I was on the way to the yacht party, carpooling. And you know, I think I sound pretty big brain when I explain One Piece in a really accessible way. Dude. So I'm grabbing like this plushie in this girl's car, and explain to like the gang. I'm like, okay, guys, this is the red line. You know, the one continent that circumvents the entire world. Because I'm going on this unhinged tangent about how One Piece is really like the only shonen series that makes use, like whose geography is like
part of the storytelling.
Part of the storytelling, and I'm thinking this is very easy to understand. This is how you understand One Piece. This is how you get people into One Piece. And I'm like, yeah,
oh boy,
I definitely sold them on One Piece.
Start with geography, of course, right?
Yeah, obviously, geography is everything.
The topography of the landscape, it's mostly ocean. So
and then like they started talking about Star Wars, and I just sort of tuned out, like that one of those impact frames from prison school, like dead. And I asked them, "Is this what I sound like when I talk about One Piece?" And they just stopped and said, "Yeah." I was like,
no, you went too deep with them. You went too deep with them. Look, for me, this is the One Piece safe space. If you don't care about One Piece, maybe this is not the episode for you. For me, I wanna say whatever spoilers. Like, don't get me wrong, there's gonna be episodes where it's like, all right, here's just like the intro to One Piece, so we just go on to a different topic. But today is the One Piece particular episode, guys. Right. We're all wearing the shirts, right? Yes.
Hot topic right here.
And if this isn't your shit logo. Somehow still,
Redbubble.
Maybe I skip this episode. I don't know. Although, I do feel bad. Like, for me, I guess, like, how do you guys get people into One Piece? Like,
it's now the live action. I tell people to watch the live action.
Yeah.
Guys, like, it's better because my friend who had never seen One Piece and has actively been avoiding it, just because they're never gonna get into it. He loved the live action. When I say loved, I mean like he had his like gripes, but he liked it more than most shows that he saw like Netflix. Like he's like, at least it was better than Stranger Things. And I think that's high praise. I'm not a big Stranger Things fan.
Wow.
But he was like, yeah, no, it was very good because it's not slop. I think that was the highest praise I heard from him because he's kind of a pessimist. He's like, this was not slop. This was great. He's a big fan of Helmeppo. He likes Helmeppo a lot.
Wow.
In the live action.
One Piece is
that's great.
So that's how I show the One Piece instead of like going on unhinged tangents. I'm like, check out the live action, see if it's for you.
Okay,
right? Yeah, I think these days for people who have very little time, I just tell them watch the live action. And some of my friends who have watched the live action, they started the anime. So because they know that there's like some really great stories that the live action is missing. Shushu, Cho-Cho the dog, little side things here and there. And I'm so grateful for the live action and
same
Oda.
Like, I wonder how people will feel about the anime when they start with live action.
Right, we're the reverse, right? We started with anime and went.
Yeah, and then went to live action. And I think I prefer it that way because I get to like sort of reminisce about like the old days of One Piece and be like, here's how this will help the franchise, I guess, right? Versus
the old charm of the old.
Like, honestly, I miss the old days, like the more lighthearted times. But I'm happy to be where we are right now. But
the lighthearted times of Nami stabbing her shoulder. No, I was kidding.
Silly.
I mean,
No, I know. I know. I understand. There is more of a lightheartedness to like the old.
Yeah, it was hardcore even back in the day, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's,
One Piece, like it, because the way I got, like, also I'm interested. Dave, how'd you get into One Piece yourself?
I think it was I was watching like the 4Kids and I was like, what is this? And
That's
I was into it. It was just like one of those things I would watch. So when I revisited One Piece after watching some other anime, I was in my school's library and they just had a lot of One Piece. My school had a lot of good manga. So they had most of Alabasta, up to most of Alabasta. And that's when I got hooked. I was like, yo, this is awesome. Tony Chopper's my guy. It was fire. Like the collection, I cannot understand how good of the collection my like school library had. They had like all 8 volumes of Buddha, which is like a very good manga series. It's one of my favorite.
I didn't know school libraries had manga, honestly.
I know, awesome. It's crazy. Cool. My local library. Yeah, my local library has like so much manga. It's ridiculous. So I don't and the way my library works is they have a library network. So if you're missing a volume, they will communicate with another library in the network and just have it delivered to your local library.
Wow, so, shout out to libraries.
Yeah. That goes for like anime and audiobooks too. So not just like, books, like comic books, everything. Okay. Libraries are sick.
So you both started with 4Kids.
Yes.
So I'm wondering, like, what percentage of, because I know 4 Kids is kind of one of the reasons why One Piece didn't do so well,
Yeah.
in North America. And so I just wonder what percentage of like four kids people like were able to like transfer easily over to
Because I was
the better
resistant
dub
because of Four
and sub.
Kids. Like
Right.
because I watched Four Kids version, and I like when it came out, I was like, seems really dorky, but whatever, Like so, and then I remember like I was in college when I joined a fraternity, and my grand big was like, you should start watching One Piece with me, and I'm like, why? Like that I thought that show finished, and also it wasn't that good.
I thought that show was ass. I thought that
I
show was
thought it was
ass.
I thought it was like, why would I want to listen to Sanji?
With
And
his
I was like,
lollipop.
like it just, and I had no clue that it was like, oh, that was manipulated and censored and changed up a lot. Okay, and I was resistant for a long time, but I like I think I started like watching by myself in Skypea time, before I had to always watch with like my group of people. Um, and then I was like, this show's okay. This show's okay. Okay, this show is pretty good. Oh shit, this show is really good. And even just like filler episodes make me cry sometimes.
Oh,
um,
definitely.
yeah,
The
I was shocked.
the
And I was like, okay, this show is actually pretty good. And then just got great. Oh, so good. And then I was like,
yeah.
okay, I believe and I was like, I became a Jehovah's Witness for it. Now everyone understands what I'm talking about.
Now it's easy. Now it's really
Have you
easy to
heard
get
about the
people
good
into it.
news of our Lord and
Right.
Savior Luffy?
um yeah, I in the past I was always like, just like I liked One Piece right away from the first episode, but
Nice.
I wasn't truly hooked and like in it for the long haul until I finished episode 45. And I feel like
Ah,
a lot of us might tell our friends or family, give it till the
episode
end of
50.
the long arc, episode
Yeah,
45,
episode
and
50.
then
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because and that's where basically the live action wraps up,
Yep.
and that's a good place to wrap up. I know that the producers wanted to include more Logtown, and
I think they did a great job. Yeah,
but
with like what
yeah,
they cut out or what
oh,
they kept in.
considering everything, they did an amazing job.
Yeah.
Was it how for you guys? Was it? I was so excited, leading up to like seeing the
Hmm.
episode 1 on August 31st.
I was hyped. I was hyped. Yeah, I was hyped getting into the live action. Like a lot of people were very pessimistic,
Right,
but
but
yeah,
I
I
think
was actually very optimistic from the get. Like especially just seeing like what Netflix was putting out for like the casting and the building the ships and just hearing the actors get to talk about like how excited they are and what they're doing to train for it and
I
how
was a
they were
hater. I
getting
was I
involved.
was a hater. I
you
was a
were
hater from the get
Oh
go.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like a
really
naysayer. I was like, I am not going to watch the One Piece Netflix live action. It will be big stinky. It will never work. One Piece is such a visually driven series. Blah 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 blah.
Oh
Then
man.
on a Thursday, I didn't even realize it was out. I was in my friend's
Oh, the
basement.
day before?
No, the day of, like the day it released.
You were
And
gonna say you said it was gonna be shitty like
oh
the
no, I was
day.
saying it for months. I was saying it for months before.
Okay.
Like I was like,
Wow.
I
really
was shitting on it.
Dang.
Um, then not it wasn't even my plan to like watch it, but I was like eating pizza with a friend, like, you want to watch like the One Piece live action, jokingly. He was like yeah. I'm like, oh, I guess I gotta watch it now. And then it was really good.
Oh
it's
man.
It was
fantastic.
fire. That shit was
Oh man.
awesome.
Wow. I'm also surprised you were so pessimistic.
I
Yeah,
Also,
was.
wow. Also, I had like I was lucky to see a live action like the stage play for One Piece at the Tokyo Tower. And I loved that
oh
because I was like, how is that going to work? And I thought they killed it with that. And I was like, okay, it could work in live action. I don't know how particularly, but I think it can. And then I was even lucky to be able to talk to Steve Maeda, one of the showrunners, before they went to South Africa. And he told me he read the manga and like we were geeking out about moments of the series. And also like I had seen that they did like a roundtable with like a lot of the One Piece like YouTubers, Rogers Base and such, And I was like, okay. And they called it Reverie, and it was like a 3-hour talk, and it sounded optimistic. It sounded like the people were at least competent in what they were doing. And then Oda came in, made them do reshoots for things he wanted. I was like, this is perfect. Like, I think this is how you do this.
Yeah, like you guys have a lot of faith in Oda, and I kind of see why. I was always like on the boat of Oda is just a man, and like after hearing because you can imagine like, oh, your baby's getting
just
like the
man.
Getting the Netflix treatment, the Hollywood Netflix treatments. Of course, you're gonna be like, wow.
Yeah.
But and then it was even more like concerning when after watching the production and overseeing it, he then went to go get eye surgery. So that was like.
Oh, right.
So I was like, oh no.
Oh, wow.
It turns out it was fantastic. It was very good.
Oh, man.
The best part is the Den Den Mushis. The best part are the Den Den Mushis.
I'm shocked. I thought that would scare more people off. I thought people would think they were ugly or, like be worried about the Den Den Mushis.
People think they're pretty creepy.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
But I think
I've had a lot more people tell me that they want one. That they actually really like them.
Oh, my horny ass could not have
I bought one on the Netflix shop already. It's like a coin bank. Yeah, it's like a limited edition $80 thing. I was like, I need this.
Wow.
Yeah, it's Garp's. It's there's only
like that gray one. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the only Den Den Mushi in the live action?
No, they also even had like the mini one too. I thought it was super cool.
Oh, right.
They had like the ear one, and then I think they showed off somebody else's too.
Yeah, I have to rewatch.
I was blown away by that. Like I thought they'd be ugly and weird. Who wants a talking big giant snail?
Yeah, I don't even like snails. I don't like snails.
I know,
much.
but
I really don't like
these
snails.
work. They made these work.
They made it work, and they're not CGI, and they're animatronics, and they're incredible. And Oda has his own one. I don't know if it really looks like him. Have you seen Oda's Den Den Mushi?
Yeah.
Yeah, really. Yeah, like on that Netflix like, revealed thing too, right?
Right,
and also super cool.
It was cool. It just looks like the way it's placed. It looks almost like a large mustache. Like
I thought it was a mustache.
Hair. Right? Yeah, it looks so weird.
But, maybe he has a giant mustache.
I think they even made a video where Iñaki like gifts it to Oda, right?
Yep.
That was amazing.
That's special too. Like the way I've been thinking about like the live action is like a part of the franchise, right? And every little part of the franchise, whether that's One Piece on Ice, the anime, the manga, the video games, it adds to like the giant house of the franchise, like sort of adding a room, to his giant house. And this could have been a room that we could have just ignored, just be like, don't worry about that room, But this is like a beautiful addition to the franchise of One Piece, and it's really cool to see this live action Luffy be so integrated into everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's beautiful. Like I'm really happy that like this was a successful thing. Of course, the biggest thing is like I just want more people to watch One Piece.
Right. And this is like, everyone's like, mom and grandma can watch it now.
Yeah.
It's very interesting, like seeing people or talking to family and friends that have never read the manga or watched the anime. They're like, oh yeah, like Helmeppo's hilarious. Like, or like, they're like, Helmeppo?
Yeah,
like,
I'm shocked.
I forgot about Helmeppo.
In the
I
anime,
Buggy.
like
how, you know Buggy now? How? Like,
right?
It's just
Buggy was fantastic. I gotta
surreal.
say, like, Buggy was great.
He's amazing.
Thank you. Who's the actor's name?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I forgot. Whoever actor who played Buggy. Thank you so much for not just doing a Joker impression. Thank you for just being a douchebag. It was fantastic. I loved it.
I loved it too.
Jeff Ward.
I think
Jeff Ward.
Mwah.
Also, he was. Yeah, I mean, like I remember seeing like him and the Mihawk actors were loving it up online. Everyone's saying how hot and sexy they are. So, I'm happy that like these actors did like such a good job with them, but their own takes too. It's like not necessarily like 1-to-1 cartoony, right? But like a good translation for like a live action audience.
Right. It can't be an adaptation can't be a replica. A replica just wouldn't work. It's like it's almost like doing a direct translation from Japanese to English.
Many people think that's the way it goes, but they have no clue.
Yeah, and
just
a lot of go ahead.
I was just about to say, is like even a sentence structure,
right?
Yeah, like it just can't be 1-to-1. Like it has to have sort of a English, like a connotation, like what your translation to, right?
Are you implying that Gaiman Man in a Box would not work on screen? Are you implying that Gaiman would not work in the live action?
I'm glad that they didn't make Sanji like a pervert, because that wouldn't work today, right? Like everyone would just hate Sanji, and I'm interested to see like what live action people will think about anime Sanji, right?
I mean, anime Sanji like starts off pretty suave.
He's nice.
Pretty cool.
He's not horrible immediately. Actually, I personally like Sanji, but at the same time, I do remember like being turned off during Fishman Island, like where it's just like, okay, he's about to die from being so.
Oh,
horny.
right.
I was like, wait, for real? It's like, this is actual blood.
We have to take time away from the story to deal with Sanji's fucking nosebleed.
It's like, bro, I know it was bad these last 2 years, but chill out. Can't bring no girls around you. Anyways, but I'm glad that they changed up some things, just even like Luffy being a weirdo in a way, like he's not like a direct, wah, just
right. He's not too over the top.
Yes.
He just has to be like, I'm glad it just made Luffy a bit more relatable.
Yes.
Like he has his moments where he like screams, but they're like,
but it made sense to me.
Right. Those, right. And he just needs to be relatable, and he is.
Yeah, he was a goober. I liked him being a goober, and it was quite nice, but not being like over the top anime Luffy.
Yes,
but still having that Luffy gooberness to him, where Emily Rhodes-Nami plays a very good straight man to that. Very good.
Yes. I loved it. I'm excited that this is doing what we were hoping for it to do, get people into the franchise, and hopefully join us like this amazing time. Like it's sort of crazy to me like how it's getting better now too, like just the current stuff, like the anime is blowing me away. Like I used to be like tired of the pacing of it. Now they really brought it back with the quality. The fact that they have ending songs again, and
I didn't even know that they have ending songs now.
Yeah, they just brought it back.
Oh,
yeah,
from memories to,
and it's really good too. I like it a lot. And then the new opening that just came out, I can't stop thinking about it. I'm just like, this is it right here. And then it looks, the show looks beautiful. Like they just did. Oh man, I can't stop thinking about a few moments. Like there's an episode for Brooke. Brooke was saving Robin from Black Maria, like after she did her Devil Child thing, right? And Brooke had this amazing, like just like the actor just was like killing it, just acted his ass off. I was just like, wow, I'm getting goosebumps from just like how he's saying his lines, and just like going through like his flashback again. Like they're still like having to stretch things out, but they're doing it in so much more of an artful way, like where it's like, I care. It's not like, oh, they're doing Brooke's backstory again, whatever. It's like, wow, I felt that even more so now. They did Robin's backstory and she killed it, and then she became like the devil child right there. And then they had like Zoro versus King, and beautiful, amazing animation. I had to save that on my phone because it was so good. And of course, Gear 5 has been a blast to watch. Actually,
you guys are inspiring me to watch the anime again.
It's been so Wano, especially this. Like
the music,
since 1000,
music.
Since episode 1000 has blown me away.
Yeah,
blown me away. Like from Jinbei entering the squad and then like riding onto Onigashima to just so many fights and moments happening. It's been so good. 10-15. Oh, it's so good. The anime is back. And then of course the manga's hype. Like just it's so good. Right now is such a great time to be in the franchise.
Are you watching the dub or the sub, God's Will?
I'm watching the sub, but the dub's dope too. Like,
is it good?
I'm really glad that the dub just made the past episode 1000.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's insane to me.
Yeah. Like they caught up, like, which is amazing. Although the shitty thing is it's on Funimation website and it's not on
Not a great
Crunchyroll
site.
or wait. Actually, wait. Let me check. 'Cause I think they just added that. I think they just added it. Because for a long time. Wait. Ooh, okay. I think they got it. Okay. They actually have the dub on Crunchyroll finally. So cool.
Oh, nice.
There's now go watch this shit. Like it's so good.
But they do have the new opening. Endings are back, so like One Piece fans are just back in general.
Yes, this is the best time, honestly, to be.
Tony, you're a music guy. Tony, you're a music guy, right?
Yeah,
like you're a composer. Is that like you're a singer? You're a composer. Like, what's the mixture of that? Because like you're probably excited to hear the endings as much as I am, because I didn't know the endings were back.
Well, I have to admit, I haven't been watching the anime in a long time. I read the manga. I'm religious with the manga. So like I was one of those people who started with the anime, and then around Thriller Bark, where I was all caught up in Japan around I guess 2007. I was like, actually no, I was like, I have to just jump right into the manga. I couldn't wait. I have friends who are like, I want to wait, and I was like, I can't. I need to know what happens next. So I had to jump back into the manga, and I was reading the manga and watching the anime like simultaneously
at the same time
for years, but then life catches up with you, and I just couldn't do it anymore. But this podcast is inspiring me to go back and watch it again, because I feel like I'm missing a lot, because I love the music. I still feel like, say what you want, the One Piece anime orchestral soundtrack is one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard in my life. Like,
I gotta agree. It's one of the reasons I sort of push people for the anime more, because the music, I think, is so crucial, honestly, for like in my experience for One Piece.
Absolutely. And I guess it's not really an issue with the live action, because I think the music in the live action fits well.
I would say that's like the weaker part.
It would have been nice to have a little bit more of Tanaka's music in there.
Yeah.
Because he's amazing. I think in episode 1, did you notice Bink Sake? They played Bink Sake in episode 1.
I did not notice.
Yeah, it was played on piano. It might have been when Shanks was like sewing Luffy's wound up, and you hear Bink Sake being played on the piano, and I was so happy to hear that. So you hear bits of that, you hear little bits of We Are.
Yeah, I did hear We Are.
Especially at the end. But oh my god, there's nothing like the One Piece orchestral anime soundtrack, and that's one of the reasons why I had co-produced that concert, because I'm just so passionate about the music of One Piece, and I made the acapellas, and I need to make more. I do need to make more. I'm thinking, for anyone who doesn't know, I've made One Piece acapellas, and the last one I did was Overtaken, because that was like the number one, like what do you call it? People were asking for that.
Requested.
That was like the number one requested one for a long time. And I'd like to do We Are in Japanese, and I'd love to do something from the live action. I think there's some of the final music at the end where they slow down the main theme. Dun, 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 dun. There's something where the composers slow it down. It's absolutely
beautiful. Okay, I like that. I like that theme. Like, I was
that
like,
grew on me.
It did grow. I think
for me, it made me feel like it was like a mixture of like Pirates of the Caribbean to get people who have an idea of pirates into this. So
like I heard it and I was like, this is a pirate show. I wasn't watching it because it was One Piece, because again, I did not want to watch the One Piece live action.
That's why you were so quiet about it leading up to it.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I'm not gonna watch this stinky, big stinky. But then the theme played. I was like, oh, this is a pirate show. We watching
Yeah.
pirates, and this is why I say that One Piece is so easy to get into. Do you think pirates are cool? Do you like monkeys? It's very simple.
Mm-hmm.
And then somehow it gets way, way, way deeper. So also, I did want to ask, like, how is it running like a Facebook group, especially like these days? Like, and
it's
like to
awful.
get it to like to he says awesome.
No, I said, oh, it's awful.
Oh, okay, there we go. I was like,
no,
crazy.
It's fun. It's just, with 2.2 million members and it being a public group,
yeah,
where we allow participants, people who are not even members can participate. So but we have to approve their posts.
Gotcha. Do you have a team or are you just doing it yourself?
No, I have a team.
All right, good.
And shout out to Ray and Joseph, who are like maybe doing more work than me right now with like approving and declining posts. I do have a team, and it's hard to get people to be consistent because I'm not paying anyone.
Yeah, it's for fun, pretty much.
Yeah,
volunteer stuff.
But it's been crazy running the group. It just turned 13 years old. I started in 2010.
Wow.
So, and we're going to be starting a website soon. We just bought opfandom.com and onepiecefandom.com. I don't know how we bought it for so cheap.
Hey,
we're gonna have articles. We have artists who are doing art, so we're not going to have issues with copyrights. So I'm really excited about that. Our new admin Joseph's been working on that.
That's awesome.
I don't know. I guess we're going to launch it maybe sometime soon. So really excited about that.
Yeah, please let me know because that sounds like something I want to keep my eye on.
Definitely. I'll be posting it everywhere.
Dope. Yeah, that's awesome.
But I mean, I hate to use the word toxic because it's so overused.
Yeah.
But I like to say unhealthy.
Yeah.
But like I feel like we've gotten to a point where like most of the group is like pretty healthy. And based on like the reactions I see for certain posts, I think there's more love than hate in the group currently, which is like a point I wanted to get the group to like that kind of point because we've blocked over tens of thousands of people. But as you know the internet, like it gets really nasty out there, and we have to like and sometimes it's better to mute someone. Like in a Facebook group, you can mute someone and let them know why they were muted. Sometimes it's better to like mute someone and let people like see the group, but they can't participate.
It's like a timeout, right?
Right. It's like a timeout. Exactly.
Okay,
instead of just banning them.
Yeah.
So like, I try to give people.
That's pretty gracious.
Yeah. I try to give people chances. Sometimes people message me. So I really don't have time to speak to everyone, but people do message me. People have called me a fascist for banning them. And it's like, well, it's come on.
Well,
like
you gotta run it. You gotta run. Yeah, you gotta run it. And also as a social media guy, I definitely understand like your perspective. I wish people would act nicer on the internet. Like it's
right.
It's like it honestly is free. In fact, it's even to your benefit when you're nicer to people. Versus like more of these unhealthy, toxic conversations that people love to sort of just bring themselves down to, and this unnecessary fighting, being then like getting personally rude with each other, right?
Right. And I try to like catch myself because sometimes I want to be nasty back, but then I say, wait, you know what? Maybe if I'm nice to them, they'll lighten up a little bit. And that does happen a lot. Like sometimes I can kind of like twist bullies' arms, and then they like lighten up. They're like, "Oh, okay, you're not so bad of a guy. All right, I'll follow the rules now."
Okay,
so
that's
like,
nice.
Yeah, maybe that's why the group has survived for so long. I mean, it's been crazy. The group's been shut down like 3 times. Yeah, one of them was for copyright issues. I had to. I like emailed Facebook and I was like, "What's the deal?" And they were like, "Well, Toei took your group down." And I was like, oh, okay, for copyright stuff. Because I guess someone had posted like a full episode and we didn't like catch it or something. We make mistakes. We're human.
Yeah.
We're like Oda. We're
just a man.
We're men and
what?
men and women.
No, he's not just a man. He's a fish. It's fine.
Yeah, he's a fish, right? What was I saying?
Getting shut down by Toei.
Yeah, so like Facebook actually gave me an email to like email like the Toei like copyright like division, and I was like,
they were talking so much with y'all, you know, like
yeah. Whoa. And I emailed them. I emailed them in Japanese and English, and
nice.
I was like, this is just a great community. Like, we didn't mean to do that. It was a mistake, and they were like, okay, like, well, it's a great group. You guys made a mistake, and like we got the group back.
Nice.
So like I've, I obviously care about the group. Like, we've been shut down 3 times and I keep getting it back. So maybe that's why it survived, because like I care, and I'm also inspiring some of the new admins and mods to care. And I don't know.
Maybe I like that though.
Yeah.
Like, no, like that's so crucial and important, you know?
Right.
Like,
it's like it's a flower, right? The group's sort of like a flower that I have to water every day.
Yeah.
And
even when it died, you got it back.
I
think that's really good.
Yeah, it's like, I guess it's sort of like the One Piece story, like Luffy going through deaths and whatever nonsense he goes through. It's just honestly, like it's just like life, right? You just the ups and downs, and
if you cater to it, work on it, and honestly, you really treat it with love, which
I try.
That's dope. I mean, for sure, like we're all people, for sure.
People love that group, though. People love talking about One Piece on Facebook. Oh wow,
yeah, it's been great. Like, and
that. There's I don't see that for other channels as much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe I'm just not paying attention to other fandoms or groups like that. But
people like One Piece. I don't know if this is a One Piece fan thing, and I've seen this on multiple like public Facebook groups, because Facebook posts, not in the groups, but on people's personal Facebooks, but their posts are made public. What they will do, like One Piece fans will show up on like anything with like the one like this. I saw this during the One Piece live action. That people like a friend of mine posted publicly about the One Piece live action, and someone who's like not her friend just came in and just started spun nonsense about like new One Piece fans who get into it through One Piece. Like, this man's was just going on Facebook to like start shit with people publicly posting about the One Piece live action. I was like, wow.
Oh,
I see that on Facebook.
That's wild.
Yeah,
on their personal Facebook page, like their personal like account. Like, bro, relax.
Right. A lot of weirdos.
Oh yeah, I sometimes like I haven't gotten this in a while, but like sometimes people will message me and say like, this guy in the One Piece group is attacking me in my private messages, and I'm like, that has nothing to do with the group, so I really can't do anything about that. Like the type of the messages I've gotten, there's been a lot of love, but there's also been a lot of hate. I think I even got like a prank phone call once.
Oh no! Like you personally?
Yeah. Like,
dang,
like, because I'm seen as like the head of the group. I represent the group, so like, if something goes wrong with like their account or them being banned, they blame it on me. So I don't know. It's just a shit show, but I love it. I love it, and I'm really excited to launch the website, and I'd love to do another concert. I'd love to do something in New York. I know that the One Piece has like their official orchestra with like this French group.
Was that this group that just came through? Like, they're French?
Yeah, I think it's a group from France. Yeah,
okay. I had no clue.
Yeah, and that was their first concert in North America. So it's the first official. I guess I like to claim that we were the first unofficial orchestral concert in North America.
Yeah,
you can claim it. You can say it.
I'm just going to say it right now.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, because I mean, I thought, don't get me wrong, I loved theirs, but I loved y'all's more personally. I guess I don't know. Like, it just hit like.
Right. It's more like
they were amazing, but I just felt, maybe because I was sitting in the front row of yours, I got to like, but then it also felt like intimate, but then also it felt very full,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, maybe because we didn't really make any money doing that. Maybe what you recently saw was for profit.
Yeah.
And ours was more of like a passion project. So maybe that like came through more.
Maybe. Yeah. Most likely. Yeah. Because
So
I also I want y'all to get paid for what y'all do. You know, like you guys have been making it happen. You know, like I'm glad that you have been doing this because, yeah, the love it definitely shows for sure. You know, like I remember, you know, even just like seeing you like in the different promos that get to happen is like that's our guy Tony right there. You know, like you've been like really going to bat for you've been really going to bat for the community for a long time, and
Yeah,
like I'm really
you're on
glad.
the
Yeah.
One Piece official YouTube channel, right? Like along with some other creators.
Yeah, Greg from the One Piece podcast,
Chopper
and
Hat Man.
Chopper Hat Man. He's not.
I saw him when I was like at Anime Boston. When I was like when I was first getting into One Piece. Like when I
he
was
was
like
there.
really first. He was like the One Piece podcast. That was like the only One Piece programming. So as a One Piece like a new One Piece fan, that was my thing to go to. And he was the Chopper Hat guy. I was like, oh, Chopper Hat guy. I was like when I was a wee lad.
Yeah,
Chopper Hat guy. That's funny.
Yeah, Greg's amazing. He was the one. You know, he writes for like an official One Piece column in Japan.
So cool. He's lifting
And,
now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's doing great.
He's taking 2 plates. Like,
he's also.
Do
you know that he worked on the live action?
Yeah, I saw that he was in the credits. Yeah,
yeah, he's like a series advisor. He was like helping
That's
Oda,
amazing.
like like adapt it for like I think.
That's amazing. Like I definitely I got to bring him on for sure and just like see his story.
Yeah, I think he was really helping a lot with like quality control. Don't quote me on it.
I mean,
you know,
good,
but he was
good.
Yeah, he was.
I'm glad that like there's actually little quality control consultants or that they would care to also bring people who are like for real in this franchise, like not not fucking around. I don't understand like what happens to like other adaptations. Like what were they doing? But I'm glad that like hopefully this is like they learned.
Right.
Let's keep doing this.
Other adaptations, it's all about like the quick buck, and this is like maybe this is going to help other groups realize that like you need like the true heart of like the story in it, like because then you can actually make more money if you have more of the heart of the story in it and what fans want and
I think about that
just
a lot.
A well-made product is right. Doesn't that make sense?
Like just actually, exactly.
A quick
make
buck.
A well-made product. People will pay for it. Just for like even like these Michelin star restaurants, right?
Right.
Make a well-made product. People will wait in line for 3 hours and will pay high dollars for something that is even could be cheap, right?
Right. I'm already going out and buying a fucking $80 Den Mushi.
Like only $80. Only $80. Yo,
oh, man, what a steal!
So I don't know.
That's the truth, though. Yeah, like it's like this franchise. It like for me is like also is like okay, like are we all just crazy? Like is everyone that doesn't watch One Piece looking at like just the world of One Piece watchers and just like y'all are all crazy? It's like yes, it's beating Superman and Batman and comics and highly grossing everything and #1 on Netflix for multiple weeks. But y'all are crazy.
Wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be really awesome if One Piece becomes so big that some seasons are like on Netflix, some get smaller arcs, get movies and like theatrical releases.
Ooh.
Might be kind of cool. Might be kind of fun.
I think it's possible.
Theatrical live action One Piece, not even
or like a movie, like a movie budget size. Like Crocodile versus Luffy is the movie. It's not called Alabasta or anything. It's called Crocodile versus Luffy or something. Or it's called yeah, exactly. And I want to see that shit on big screen.
I mean, like the final episode of season 3 only in theaters.
Yeah,
like only in theaters. I think that's very possible.
That could be cool.
Butts into theaters,
especially with how Demon Slayer, Demon Slayer movie.
Red did really cool, good too. Film Red did great.
Yeah, honestly, like it's possible. Like I'm really happy that like the anime landscape is like blowing up as it is. I really thought this would have died a long time ago. Like when I was growing up, I was like, I don't know. And it's crazy that you got into anime through One Piece, right? Like we say that. So yeah, that's wild to me. Yeah, I figured that you had to be like a more seasoned anime watcher to do One Piece, but that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just happy that like we're here now, and also that we get to be like in the franchise as we are, and I'm glad that I got to meet you, and like we get to keep on working together for multiple things.
Absolutely, and I look forward
Yeah.
to like more collaborations and stuff. I remember the first time I heard about you, Godswill. I was following the Funimation page, and I remember you made a video about getting like the Sun Pirates tattoo. You still
Yes,
have it?
sir.
There
Yes,
it
sir.
is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I remember thinking like, oh my god, that guy's so cool. I have to meet him.
Hey.
And here we are. Here we are. And we have met in person, thankfully. David, I haven't met you in person, but I'm sure soon enough.
That's true. That's true. Like we're on the same coast. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Dope.
true.
We gotta make that happen super soon.
I mean,
also,
if you want
anything, go ahead.
Like Godzilla, like if you need like press for That's Dope Entertainment at Anime NYC.
Actually,
right?
yeah. Let me.
I'm East Coast. It's easy.
Yeah, let's make this happen. Actually, I feel like that should be a thing that should happen.
Yeah.
You going to Anime NYC, Tony?
Yeah, I'm hoping to be press at Anime NYC. Yep.
Okay, all right. Then
I got rejected last year. I was press at New York Comic Con. I got rejected this year. I don't know if I did it too late or there's just too many people applying. Also, like I don't know if they're giving a lot away, a lot of press passes away because of I don't know if it's strike related. I don't really know. But I'm just waiting for my press pass to go through for Anime NYC. You guys gonna be there?
Yes, sir.
Maybe. It's
okay. All right. Yeah, I'll see you. Yeah,
we're gonna make it happen. So yeah, it's awesome. We gotta hang out.
Can we have like Can we have like a One Piece party or something? I don't know.
I'm down.
Remember like that Funimation sponsored Lightbox party?
Yes. Yeah, that was really cool.
That was amazing. Yeah. And then like there was like the VIP thing with open bar.
That'd be cool. I'm gonna see if something can happen. I'm gonna push for things.
Yes, please.
Also, before we dip, anything that people should be looking out for you in, any big projects you're doing or anything you want to shout out?
Well, I think you mentioned, I'm a voice actor, so I'm in the latest.
You're actually the voice actor for beloved children's character, the yellow hungry hippo from the beloved game Hungry Hippos.
Hey,
that's true.
The yellow was my favorite one. Did
you hear the voice?
No.
Well, I basically just sound like a stoned Barney.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's I gotta watch this now.
And like, I have 4 Hasbro characters. Mr. Monopoly.
That's iconic.
I voice the Transformer Boulder, the Rescue Bot in the Guess Who app. Sam in the Guess Who app. Yeah, the yellow hungry hippo. And also, I'm a recent main villain in Genshin Impact.
Hey, okay.
Main villain. Wow.
I'm a main villain in. I guess it's the. Do either of you play Genshin Impact?
I played a little bit of Genshin Impact, but then I stopped playing. I was like,
I stopped myself too.
But they do have a lot of dialogue, so that's good.
Yeah, I did like many hour sessions for this villain. I was surprised because like I was picked for like another character.
Wow.
Gulab, and then they picked me, and when I was on when they were directing me, they were like, "This is going to be a main villain," and I was like, "Holy crap!"
Hey, let's go.
Yeah, so like I'm in the new Fontaine as Marcel. I guess it's sort of a spoiler that I'm a main villain because there's a twist, but whatever. It's been out for almost a month, so whatever.
Okay. Oh, okay. So we can still release the episode this month.
Yeah. So what else?
Mobile Legends. You also did Mobile Legends. Too.
Mobile Legends. I do Gord, Claude, Shatore. I think those 3. There's some more stuff coming out soon for Mobile Legends. Oh, I recently did. How much time do we have, by the way?
Oh, yeah, we can. Go through it.
Okay. Yeah. No, I recently. So I did a Mobile Legends session recently. I can't talk about the character
details.
The character hasn't come out yet. But the guy who directed me, first of all, I didn't know who he was. But like when we were doing like action scenes. And he was like doing like, he's like, you got to go like, huh, ha, huh, huh. And he was doing it. And I was like, oh my God, like you should be doing this. And he's like, well, yeah, I used to like do Dragon Ball and stuff. Do you know Kyle Hebert?
Hebert? Yeah.
Kyle Hebert directed me.
Yeah, the voice
of
Gohan.
Gohan and tons of other people. And he was such a
he's
cool
also
guy.
Kamina too, and Gurren Lagann. He's a big dude,
And he was just so amazing to work with, and I was like, wow, nice. I felt like I was directed by like an anime legend.
I mean, he is, yeah. So you were. That's dope.
So that was really cool. That happened recently.
That was a remote session. Sounds like that was a remote.
That was a remote.
Session, right?
Yeah, he was in LA.
Was Genshin a remote session? Because you said hours. Like
Genshin is a remote session, and I'm really grateful.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm really grateful for the Formosa group. The Hoyoverse, like for doing remote sessions, because like since the pandemic, like is kind of chilled out. Like a lot of recording studios have opened again. So like a lot of LA is just doing LA. They're like, or Crunchyroll, like in Dallas, like they're just like, if you're not in those locations, a lot of companies are not going to work with remote actors.
Yeah,
but Genshin Impact, Formosa Group, they're still open to that, and I just thank them so much because like it's
that's dope. I'm glad
just to have that. It
makes sense. I wish more places like were open like that because there's lots of talent that just don't live inside some of the big cities, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, like, I'm not complaining about New England. Like, New England has a lot of commercial work. Tony, how was your experience like booking voiceover commercial in like the New England area? You generally, like, I found there's a lot of commercial here, like Connecticut, Boston, New York area.
So like booking like studios, in studios.
So a lot of the stuff that's sent to me is like commercial stuff, be it voiceover or like on camera. So I was wondering if like, do you find that New England has a fair amount of the commercial stuff? Because I noticed you do commercials on your website.
You mean New York?
Yeah, I guess New York.
I mean, yeah, New York has tons of stuff, but everything, so much of it is remote. For some reason, a lot of like the animation, it seems like a lot of the animation and the anime stuff is like back in studio, but a lot of like the commercial and radio stuff still seems to be remote. So I'm lucky with that.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have agents on the East Coast, in Canada, on the West Coast. So I'm getting hit with a lot of stuff that just goes remote. So
there awesome. We go.
I'm lucky, but sometimes I do wish that I was like in Dallas or LA, because like
that's where
working with like Bang Zoom production. Is it called Bang Zoom?
Yeah, in LA.
Yeah, like I was auditioning with them, and then they stopped sending me auditions. They
stopped
because and
they got their people. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'd love to. I mean, I would want to be in One Piece. I would fly to Dallas just to be in One Piece.
Hey, okay.
Like I'm manifesting that for you every single. Every time I see
Dr.
you
Vegapunk.
on my, like every time I see you on my Facebook page, I'm not even joking. I'm like, that's Tony Waldman. He does voice acting. He's going to be in One Piece. I like in my mind. I'm like, that's the One Piece guy. He's going to do something in One Piece. Like, that just makes sense to me.
I hope so someday. I was hanging out. Do you know Barry Yandel? He's the voice.
Yeah.
The voice of
Is he like?
Oh, come on. How could I forget this? He's the voice of Bon Clay. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's the English voice of Bon Clay.
Okay.
He's incredible. I've listened to parts of the dub. I think he's like one of the best like English dub actors in One Piece. He never even watched One Piece, and he was like nailing Bon Clay's part in English. I've hung out with him a few times. We've gone drinking, karaoke. He's such a cool guy.
He's a big voice actor too. Yeah, no,
he's amazing. Yeah, he's done tons of stuff, and he goes to all the conventions, and he's a really cool guy. I got to see him again. But I don't know. Maybe I want to come out and visit you guys in LA. Maybe I can like book some sessions and simultaneously do stuff like that. Dallas or LA. I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, let me know. Let me know when you're coming through. All right.
Absolutely.
Dope. And I'll also be in your area for New York Comic Con, and for sure we're gonna see each other for sure during Anime NYC. So
awesome.
Yes, we're all gonna hang out then. This was a really good time, and I'm really glad that you're still making it happen for the community. Really excited for his website. Excited to hear these roles you got. Cheers to more One Piece.
Yay, One
fandom
Piece.
And being a part of it.
Can I got new glasses today. Can I just put them on quickly?
Yes, sir.
Because I just want to do this. I just want to do this.
Okay.
Little Captain Kuro there.
My friend immediately pointed out that there was poop on his jacket. Like, my boy is not familiar with anime, but he knew that was poop.
Yeah, I love how they just replicated that his garb in that. Oh my god,
that's hilarious. Anyways, thank you guys so much for being a part of this episode, and everyone that listened to the full thing. Love you guys so much. Always let me know what you guys are thinking about the episodes. Love to hear what you guys think about the live action. We're on YouTube. We're on Apple Podcasts. Wherever you listen to podcasts, we're there. We're trying to do more things, and more clips are coming through soon. As always, stay dope, y'all. Peace.
Stay dope.
Very good.